Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Two Hands in a Radio, where we look at inexpensive shortwave radios and other stuff. Long form entertainment. That interesting comment. And said they look at what I do as long form entertainment. I'd never heard that term before, but there's a lot of terms I've never heard of. Long form entertainment. I like that. Long form entertainment doesn't appeal to everybody. But that just gives me license to talk longer and with less form or something. Anyway, business of the day. Donations. I have to thank no particular order. No particular order means we have more than one. Bob, Chuck, Thomas, and Bill. Thank you, all four of you, for your donations. It's absolutely amazing and helps keep the channel going. And just very, very much appreciated. Thank you so much. And want to get that out of the way the very first thing, so I don't forget. But today we're going to look at a weird one. Don't know how to pronounce it. That's what catches my eye about things. Is it the Zhiwhis? Is it the Zhiwhis? Is it the Zhiwhis? Possibly Zhiwhis. I don't have a clue how to pronounce Zhiwhis. Maybe that's an acronym for zoographical, historical, informational, wizardry, and I better stop there. Coming up on an S word, and I can only think of one other S word. I digress. Long form entertainment digression. Anyway, Zhiwhis. I don't know what it is. I'm going to call it Zhiwhis. It's an FM stereo. Oh, it said bonus points on the box. Tells me it is stereo. Because if it doesn't tell me on the box, if it doesn't tell me in the instructions, I'm not going to guess at it. FM stereo, AM, shortwave, DSP receiver. It even says that it picks up TV stuff, which here in America is nothing, but I guess elsewhere it could be. 9 and 10 kilohertz on the AM medium wave, which is nice. The box is interesting because that looks like a clone of the Tivdio V111, which is now Reticus, which used to be Vite. And then there's others here that look like almost like Hanrongda clones. That looks like the Hanrongda that I have looked at, and I thought that's what this was, but it's not. It's something I haven't looked at. So they make no bones about it that they are kind of clones of other stuff. I've talked too long. Let's get into the box. Impressed when I did open the box is no name, even though it's Zhiwhis or whatever. It's just no name, which is kind of scary. Still has. This is how new it is. It just came in today. Just peeling the peeler off the display. God, there went my note. I can wing it from here. 4.5 inches long, 3 inches tall, inch thick, 17-inch antenna. That's all my notes. Cute little radio. Let's put that aside. Let's look inside the box. We get a micro print instruction sheet. Kind of neat. Then under all that, what else do we have? I'm going to save the good for last. We have earbuds with replaceable ear things that like to get stuck in your ear that I'm not going to use, but great that they give you that. They also give you a charging cable. Now it takes AA batteries, but if you were to use rechargeable batteries, I'm guessing you could recharge it through USB, through that charging port. I'm not that brave. We also have a pouch for the radio. Very nice. It's a faux leather type feel. Kind of neat. And then, I've never seen this. I mean, I've seen it, but I've not seen it inside radios. I thought, oh, it's a real antenna, R-E-E-L, antenna. No, no, no. It's a magnifying glass. And I'm guessing it's a magnifying glass to help with the fine print of the instruction manual. I don't know, but I love it. Oh, that's so cool. Sometimes they think of some really neat stuff. And gotta give them some credit on that, that's for sure. I'll set that off to the side. Back to the radio. I'll already give you the pertinence of it all. Trying to look over the camera. Let's get the antenna up while we're thinking about it. The front, again, it looks like a haranga, but it's not. Memory button, memory plus or minus to scan that. It's got a clock on it. I think it has an alarm clock as well. Here's the box with everything that it can do. If you can decipher all that, you can pause and look till your heart's content. It is a DSP radio, which means it's going to have wonderful mute-on tuning. Power button, band button, MIDI button. I suppose they mean meter. MIDI, tune plus or minus. So I got tuning buttons. However, it gets better. Because on the right-hand side, I have a tuning wheel also. Kind of cool. Volume wheel. Back side, I have a kickstand. I also have our ranges, FM 63 to 108. So it'll get down there in the trenches with the European stuff. Medium wave, 522 to 1620. Yeah, not bad. Short wave, 5.9 to 2185. Little light in the shorts with short wave. But, you know, what do you expect? Oh, I got this off of Amazon. Had a coupon attached. I think it was like $16. I ordered a bunch of other stuff so I could get free shipping. So about $16, $15.99, something like that after a coupon. Always look for those coupons. Batteries, 2 AA batteries, which are in here it's a door. It's not just a hatch that you can lose. It's a little door that pops up. Batteries are orientated. The positive goes to the left. Kickstand, already showed that. We'll go to the left-hand side. There is our stereo headphone jack. I can say that with pride because the box says it, the instructions say it, and therefore it must be so. DC adapter, the jack that I showed you goes in there that you could recharge the rechargeable batteries. I'm having a time with my rechargeable batteries. Going long form entertainment here. I'm having a time with my rechargeable batteries. They are, I think they're starting to swell. They don't fit very well at all. And I actually went out and bought some alkaline batteries for this one because they just will not fit right. Kind of interesting. Anyway, I digress some more. Let's take a look because this might be a long one. Power button's on and it's just on. Here's AM. We can, like I said, we can 10-step it at a time or we can 10-step it that way, whichever you prefer. If you don't like to hear the click, I can go this way. We'll give it a little rotate, a little flip. It's daytime. Let's see. It's a little after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, South Central Indiana. Do I need to give longitude and latitude and all that for everybody? Keep in mind, it's an under $20 radio. We probably don't need longitude and latitude. See if we can. There's 700. There's WLW. Cincinnati. And it's probably not going to get much beyond that, I don't think. There again, if we were going to do this right, we would really chew up the clock and we would rotate and spin and do all kind of neat stuff. But that's all above my pay grade. Why, this radio is incredible. Thank you. what we'll do is we'll cut our FM time short. So that way we can take a little more time here. If you can't talk her into it, you need a new wife. There you go. That's what I always say. All these people say, oh, my wife won't let me buy a new radio. And I say, you need a different wife.
To come tomorrow, and I saw the FedEx thing on my email. They're coming.
All right, there's your FedEx thing. That was our local station. Comes in pretty good. Next up is probably 1070, the fan.
Right now at AAA, I don't expect they'll do something.
Not bad. Wonder who they were talking about, AAA rating. Probably the US, I suppose. Next up from here is probably 1390. Let's just see if we can get 1390. Yeah, can't play that too long, but there it is. Not bad on medium wave. Of course, you know, the whole conversation is it will do better at night. And people say, why don't you do a nighttime scan, two hands? Well, I'm not going to stand out here at night. It's not safe, and I can't see worth a shit anyway. So that limits that. And I don't have the equipment to do a nighttime video out here. Lighting and all like that would be just horrendous. Add a bunch of noise to the radio. So if you're impressed with it during the daytime, trust me, it'll only get better at night. That's my rule of thumb here. This is not bad. Keep in mind, $15 radio. We get too hung up on well, this doesn't act like the Texan PL880, and let me expound my entire life about how it doesn't match up to that radio. Why, hell no! You're looking at a $200 radio versus $15. Give me oxygen. Oh my. I'm still a little stingy from the other day. Okay, and there it goes, and then it comes back around and it does all that. Now we can go to shortwave. Let's go to FM quickly. You can see, I think it said if you hold the band button down now, it'll go the American scale versus European. We're down in the trenches, and that's okay. I just want to peel up to... Oh, if you spin the wheel, it'll start to search all on its own. That's interesting. I want to see if I can get 88.7. Oh, no help on that antenna. Interesting. If it can get that little station, it's doing pretty good. Let's go to a talk station.
Last casting of a female as a 007, she says that the code name...
She ought to be 008. Q95. Mine landed. It takes a while to get away from the station. Yeah, that's okay.
Musical performances and videos of musicians from the top...
I remember another radio that if you spun the tuning wheel, if you start to spin it, it would start to search. Kind of interesting. This also, it will search to the next available station, which everybody likes, but it will also search and store. If you press the memory button, wherever you're at, it will search it'll search and store. Then you can use your plus or minus to look inside those frequencies. Kind of interesting, kind of handy. I'm probably not going to look at that today, but it's there for people that want to use it. I would say let's go to 103.7 should be NPR also.
2 minutes before 2 o'clock, and this is WFIU Bloomington, public radio for Indiana.
Not bad.
37 FM in Bloomington and 100.
Well, thank you very much. Let's go to shortwave. I'm trying to think, I really think we ought to have just a little bit of help with the shortwave. Solar flux of 66, which doesn't mean much anyway. Oh, let's just not talk about that. I just don't think that's just one indicator of a lot of different things, and I don't have too bad of luck at 66. Maybe I have too much fun. Maybe that's the whole thing. I have too much fun, and I enjoy what I got, and maybe that's my problem. Maybe I should be more critical and just hate everything. I could easily do that, I think. Anyway, I digress again. Let's go to shortwave. I'm going to clip on about 10 foot of wire or so just so I don't blow anything up. And been there and been there. And I believe all we have to do is hit the button and let it search, see what it can find. Of course, it probably won't find much way down low. Since it is daytime, we'll probably have to get up around 10 megahertz or so to find anything. There is no direct entry to this, so it's kind of a... Did it find something there? No, it'll stop. Surely it'll stop if it finds something. It should, let's see, where was I? Oh, no direct entry, so that's kind of, Oh boy, it is continuous, zips right along. Now, if you hit the band button, you start jumping in between, 5 whatever and 7 whatever, 9 and on. Or if you just hit the scan button, it goes continuous. That's kind of neat. Normally, it does a big skip, or worse yet, it just cycles around in one little band all the time. That kind of sucks. 9395 maybe? There you go. Hey, it may not appeal to everybody. Certainly does not appeal to me, but it's a station, and that's all I'm after. Then we just hit it and let it go some more. So now it stops when you're doing this. It searches to the next available station and just stops. And then you have to start it up again. And that's okay with me. Makes my life a little easier. Hope everybody can see that. I guess I could get closer, couldn't I? I think I hold it back there so I can see. Let's go back. Yeah, could use a tuning wheel, I guess. There's no instructions. No instructions, no pyrotechnics, theatrics, or anything. Just look and see if 10 megahertz is not even there. That's why it didn't stop. Can barely hear it. Barely hear it. Let's just keep going and see what. Now we ought to be able to get some stuff. I apologize if we're all getting excited here. Oh, there we go. 11635. Oh, numbers lady. Cool. Cuban numbers lady giving us the lottery numbers. These are your lucky numbers. There we go. Yeah. Always like listening to her. I'm fascinated by that. No idea what it means, but I'm fascinated by it. There we go. I keep moving here. I'm watching the clock. I'm hitting the buttons. My gosh, we are all over the place.
A dime, so it's shrunk almost half the size.
Okay. Thinking of Seinfeld in the shrinkage episode. Not sure what's there. This is not a bad little radio, that's for sure. Of course, the Hanrongdas that we looked at, the different 2 or 3 different models, they've all been fairly good for the price range. They've actually been pretty good. And there again, $15 radio. You could get a lot of entertainment out of it. 1413 is going to be single side. It doesn't have single sideband because it's a $15 radio. See if it stops at 15. No, I'm going to go back and see if it stops. Whoa. See if I, whoa now. Come on, little fella. Oops, let's go back the right way. Yeah, I remember that last one that you spun the wheel and it would take off was a little confusing. I heard the beep right then. You can barely hear it. But it's there. That's about it. If you had the headphones on, you could probably maybe make it out better. I don't know. And we're coming up onto probably the end of stuff here, I would say. Very, very interesting. And like I said, I've got maybe a 10-foot piece of wire clipped onto the antenna. It needs some help. And we can pull that off and we won't hear anything, and that's just the way it is. So that's why I decided to save a little time and put that on to begin with. Holy shit, now we got a backup bell. Yeah, never mind that. We're almost done though, while they back up. Are you kidding me? It's a short bus. Well, that's special. I feel like I need a short bus. Thank you. And we're, like I said, I'll be surprised if we find anything above this. I'll be shocked. But we have before. Zhiwhis. And that's how we could pronounce this. Zhiwhis. Maybe that's it. Is there a model number on this thing? It's the Zhiwhis. Zhiwhis something. I don't even think there's a model number anyplace. It's just Zhiwhis FM stereo DSP receiver. Cool. Oh, here it is. It is the X0020EX6KB. I'm not going to say that again. Huh.
Oh, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Jesus is wonderful.
Well, all righty.
Wonderful in his birth.
I'm just glad you came on at 21525. That's kind of interesting. I'm looking for a model number. CS106. That's the model number, the Zhiwhis CS106. That's important. And then it starts all over again and does its magic. Isn't that neat? And they even give me a magnifying glass. That's going to come in handy, trust me. Especially with these micro print manuals and the backup bell going off again. So we're going to have to speed things up, I'm sure. Not a bad radio. I'm going to be really, really brave and give this a 6.3 out of 10. How's that for an answer? Yeah, 6.3. That's pretty good. Better than average. And we have looked at a ton of average. This is pretty good. I would buy another. It was fun. Yeah, it'll work. 6.3 on the Zhiwhis CS 106 AM FM shortwave. FM stereo DSP receiver. Kind of cool. I like it. Anyway, if you've liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, that's okay too. Yeah, go ahead and get you one of these. This is kind of cool. This would be a fun one. And just trying to think. I try to stall if there's anything else that I need to say before I end the whole thing. Don't think so. Gonna cut it short today. Hope you have a good day. Pick up a radio someplace. Try to have some fun. We'll see you at the next review.